This is my first video update on this Tuesday morning, coming to you from downtown Nicosia, Cyprus. Everyone is getting ready for work. They're walking to their offices, they're driving to their work, they're getting their coffees, and we're also going to go for a walk and talk about the news. And I think this will be a quick video, and I'm going to talk about two people in this video, two topics. And the one person we're going to talk about is Elon Musk. And then we're going to talk about Emmanuel Macron. And so the big story to discuss, which is really a non-story to be quite honest, is the tweet that Elon Musk sent out yesterday or the other day or whenever he sent that tweet or that poll, pretty much about his peace deal, his Ukraine peace proposal. And he put it to a vote, and when people were voting, at first people were 60% in approval of his peace deal, and then the Ukrainian bots kicked in, and then it flipped, and Musk complained about the bots, and a lot of people were a lot of pro-Ukrainian Twitter folks. They started to lay into Musk, and Musk was replying to them anyway. A whole little Twitter thing started to take place. Wasn't Musk supposed to buy Twitter, by the way? Whatever happened to that? Was that just all BS? But so Musk puts out this plan and this peace deal, and if you go to Twitter, you'll see it. It's all over the place. And basically what Musk said in his peace deal that he put up for a vote was, let's do this, he said. Let's recognize Crimea as Russian. Okay. And then he said, it's always been like that. It's been like that for a couple hundred years. Khrushchev made the mistake of gifting Crimea to Ukraine. And so the right thing to do is just to recognize Crimea as Russian. Okay, that was his first point. Then he says, let's guarantee the water security of Crimea, the water supply. Okay, noted. The other thing that he said is that Ukraine pledges to be neutral and not enter NATO. And then he said, as far as the other regions, we should have a referendum, UN sponsored or something like that. I don't have the tweet in front of me, to be honest, but I remember it was something like a UN sponsored referendum, international observers that are approved, stamp of approval by the collective West, because the other international observers, if they don't have the stamp of approval from the collective West, well, they don't count. So basically a Western sponsored, Western monitored referendum, and whatever the people of Donetsk and Lugansk, Zaporozhye, Kherson decide, it'll be respected. So that was pretty much his peace proposal. And I have to say that I found his peace proposal and his ideas to just, oh boy, 1 sec. They're building here. I'm gonna put it on pause. I'll show you a little bit of Cyprus as I pause for a second. Empty shopping mall. Does anyone go to the shopping malls anymore? Completely empty. Closed shops everywhere. Not everywhere, but a lot of closed shops. Take a look. Abandoned shopping malls. Let's walk around. So what was I saying? Yeah, I think his proposal was what? The Minsk, pretty much the Minsk Accords, of which France and Germany were signatories, of which they did not, over 8 years, they did not make Ukraine, they did not push Ukraine to follow the Minsk agreements to enforce the Minsk agreements. That's all that Elon Musk proposed, pretty much. What were the Minsk Accords? What did the Minsk agreements say? Crimea is recognized as part of Russia. Ukraine is neutral. Donetsk and Lugansk actually get returned to remain a part of Ukraine, but as autonomous republics. The Russian language is recognized. It's an official language. Freedom to speak Russian, freedom to worship as you wish, and all of these things. Freedom to teach Russia, all of these things. That was the Minsk agreement, pretty much. And the hostilities end. So what did Musk propose? He proposed his version of the Minsk deal. Maybe even a little bit, I would say for Russia, it's probably a little worse, I would say, for like Donetsk and Lugansk, because I don't trust UN-mediated referendums. I don't trust UN-backed referendum observers. I just don't. But anyway, so basically what Musk did is he proposed a different flavor of the Minsk agreements. Why would anyone go for that? I found the whole thing, my opinion, I found the whole thing to be just useless. A useless exercise is what that's how I would describe Musk's tweet and his poll. A useless exercise. Because we've already been there and done that for 8 years. And the only result that we got is the Poroshenko government and then the Zelensky government killing 15,000 Ukrainian, Russian speakers in the Donbass. That's what we got. And we got France and Germany not enforcing the very deal that they signed up to, that they were signatory to. So, you know, we've been there, we've done that. And Putin in his speech, he already said, noisy morning. A lot of police. Something's happening. Something happened. No, it's probably it's either something happened or it's a government official with the escorts, the police escorts. Either something went down or they're escorting a government official. That's what I think it is, a government official. It's probably driving somewhere. Yeah, in Putin's speech, he said that it's a done deal. Today, I think it all wraps up. Like the entire process, the whole thing wraps up. The Duma has ratified everything. I believe the Federal Council now, if that's what it's called, I think the Federal Council now approves it. And it's over. They can't go back. Kherson, Zaporozhye, Lugansk, Donbass, it's part of Russia. So there is no Musk-sponsored peace plan. So if Elon Musk was reading the news, or if he decided to follow Putin's speech, he would have realized that his tweeted peace plan and his poll was, the poll that he put up there was just, it's outdated. We've been there, Elon. We've gone through the motions with regards to the Minsk Accords. It's already been done. It didn't work, and it didn't work because the collective West didn't want it to work. France and Germany didn't want it to work because the United States told them not to make it work. So why did Elon Musk put this out there? I have no idea. But I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. You know, to me, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, they're all oligarchs. And they're all part of the oligarch elite globalist class. Even though Elon Musk has some really good marketing behind him, he has that whole Tony Stark facade that he's cultivated. Tony Stark, Iron Man kind of facade that he's cultivated. I don't trust him. at all. Not one bit. The whole Twitter thing was a weird little exercise. The whole I'm buying Twitter, that was really odd, and I'm still trying to figure out what his angle for that was. I don't know, maybe he just wanted to pump and dump the stock. I have no idea, but what's his angle with this? Because there is an angle. I have no idea. He says he doesn't want to see millions of people continue to die. When was the last time you ran across a caring, benevolent, multi-billionaire oligarch like Musk or Gates or any of these guys? You honestly believe that these people actually care about everyone underneath them? I doubt it. I doubt it. One thing that Elon Musk did do is he brought a lot of attention back to Ukraine and what's going on there. Maybe that was the point. Maybe the whole point of this exercise was to bring back the focus to Ukraine for some reason. Maybe during this October month, which is kind of like a holding pattern for Russia right now, as they mobilize, as they train the reservists, as they prepare everything for whatever they're about to do. Maybe the point of Elon Musk's poll was to bring attention to Ukraine in October, because maybe the collective West is looking to cook up something. I don't know. One thing is for sure, though, that Russia, the Russian military right now, is in a kind of holding pattern as they prepare for their next steps. Alexander mentioned it, I think, in his video yesterday or a day or two ago, and I've read some other analysts mention it, and I've also gotten confirmation from a lot of other people who are very close to what's going on the ground, that in August and September, a very, very large portion of the Russian military that was operating in the area and providing a lot of support to the Allied forces. And I've heard numbers that range all the way up to, like 50,000. A lot of these military professionals actually took August and September to just go back to civilian life for a bit, to go back to their families, to take a break, so to speak. And the Russian military now, they've done the mobilization, the partial mobilization. They're bringing in other forces, and they're just kind of reloading everything now. So we are in this holding pattern, and the Ukrainian forces, they realize this because of the intel that they're getting from NATO and from the United States, and they're taking advantage of the situation. They understand that right now it's the Russian military is kind of in a like a down period. They're kind of, just reloading everything, re-preparing everything, and Ukraine is taking advantage of this, and they're going to take advantage of this. I mean, they may advance some more in certain areas, but we shouldn't mistaken their advancements for something that is going to stick, something that's going to be permanent, or something that's going to change the eventual outcome of this conflict. Elon Musk did make a good point as he was going back and forth, kind of a good point as he was going back and forth with various people on Twitter. He did bring up the point that the end result of this conflict is going to be a Russian victory. He says it's going to be a Russian victory because Russia has more people, more men, a bigger population. Elon Musk does kind of say, well, if Russia begins to lose this conflict, then they're just going to do full mobilization and they're just going to use their population to their advantage. Something like that is what he said as he was sparring with these Twitter trolls or Twitter bots or whatever the hell you want to call them. Zelensky actually chimed in. Maybe the real Zelensky, maybe it's Zelensky's PR team. Maybe his PR team is located in Kiev. Maybe his social media PR team is located in New York or London. But the Zelensky team, or Zelensky himself, he chimed into Elon Musk's tweets, and he said, he put up his own poll, actually, and his poll put the question to Twitter users, which Elon Musk do you like best? He said. Something along those lines. Let me find it. Let's see. Zelensky himself launched a poll asking his followers if they preferred Musk, who supported Ukraine, over this one, who supports Russia. That was his response to Elon Musk's tweet. And my clown world is actually going to be, well, actually, let me do this one clown world since we're on the subject. Another person who responded to this was the former Ukraine ambassador to Germany, Mr. Melnik. You know, the guy that, the Bandera supporter, the guy that did the interview and was talking about how much he loves Bandera, Stepan Bandera, and the guy that was making fun of Germany. He was the Ukraine ambassador to Germany. He's been dismissed from his post, but when he was the ambassador in Germany, he was making fun of Olaf Scholz like on a daily basis. And Olaf Scholz was just taking it. I mean, he was just taking the abuse, which shows you how weak of a leader Scholz was and is. And I was reporting on this guy way back when, 4 or 5 months ago. I was reporting on the Ukraine ambassador to Germany and how he abuses Olaf Scholz, and how Olaf Scholz is such a weakling. He just takes the abuse and does nothing. But he actually sounded off. This was going to be one of my clown worlds, and I'll do it right now. He responded to Elon Musk, and he said, "F off is my diplomatic reply to you at Elon Musk." That's some diplomat there, Andrei Melnik. Real good diplomat. Compare Andrei Melnik to Sergei Lavrov. Compare Andrei Melnik to Sergei Lavrov. Yeah, Zelensky's tweet was, which at Elon Musk do you like more? The one who supports Ukraine, the one who supports Russia. That was his poll in response to Musk. So yeah, Musk, he created this whole big stir, this whole big discussion about nothing. A non-story. This is a complete non-story. It's a repackaged Minsk poll, which is long, long gone, given everything that's taken place with the referenda and the approval by the Duma and the approval today by the other, I believe, the Federal Council or something like that. Given that these approvals are going to take place and they're going to wrap up the entire process, the whole thing is useless. This whole poll was trying to figure out. I was going to say was much ado about nothing, but there must be an angle in it for Elon Musk, or Elon Musk is doing it on behalf of more powerful deep state actors. I'm still trying to figure out the angle here, the reasoning here. Maybe this was just about bringing returning a lot of discussion and spotlight to Ukraine because something's going to happen in October. Maybe that was the purpose of this tweet. Musk would do these tweets in order to bring attention to Dogecoin and some other crypto assets. He would always do these tweets to bring attention to crypto assets because something was about to take place. So maybe there's some sort of angle there with regards to bringing the spotlight to Ukraine, because something in the next week or two is going to go down. Anyway, my final thought on this is Zelensky is replying to Elon Musk on Twitter. He's doing Vogue covers and Vogue interviews. He's speaking to Piers Morgan and doing all of these things, speaking in front of green screens. I mean, Zelensky is really playing his part, isn't he? He is really playing his part. They couldn't have asked, the collective West couldn't have asked for a better media puppet leader than Zelensky. I mean, he's perfect for the media puppet job that they needed with regards to their proxy war in Ukraine. And you do see now the collective West media, I believe the Daily Beast ran an article the other day, but you are seeing the collective West mainstream media starting to float the narrative out that the only way to solve what's going on in Ukraine is via regime change in Russia. You're starting to see actual articles talking about this. They're actually saying what we need is regime change in Russia. That's the only way to solve it. And all of this was launched, this whole narrative was launched during Zelensky's little show that he gave the other day, where he signed the acceleration documents for Ukraine's NATO accession. That whole little stunt that he did. Zelensky said that he's ready to negotiate, but only if there's regime change in Russia, only with a new president. And that script, I believe, was inserted into Zelensky's speech on purpose. I mean, you know, the DC, London script writers, they put that in there because now you're starting to see the media take that part of Zelensky's speech and they're amplifying it. And they're now saying that the only way to solve the problem in Ukraine is via regime change in Russia. And they're openly saying it. So keep an eye out for this narrative. And I believe you're going to start to see a lot of collective West publications really amplify this talking point. And you're going to probably see, I was going to say, you're going to see collective West leaders say this. Maybe not. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll see a little slip of the tongue from someone like Blinken or something like that. This is like an abandoned cinema as well. I'm showing you a lot of abandoned things today in Cyprus. Graffiti everywhere, of course. But you're seeing a lot of this narrative of Putin must go now. Keep an eye out for that. So there was a university here, Varna, free university. And now this is just abandoned. Zena Palace, abandoned. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Macron and we'll wrap up this video. Macron is building an EU light. Yeah, he's building another European Union, but it's not getting much traction, to be quite honest. So he's having on Thursday, he's having a meeting. Macron is putting together this meeting of a new bloc, a new kind of European Union light bloc. And it's going to be called the European Political Community, or the EPC. And basically what it is 27 EU members are going to meet with 17 nations that either aspire to join the European Union or have traditionally close ties to it, such as Norway and the UK. So it's a Macron-led initiative, a Macron plan to get the 27 EU member states to start building a type of subsidiary, a type of cooperation with 17 other member states that have either close ties to the European Union, or like in the case of the UK, left the EU but still want to be part of the EU, or countries like Georgia and Moldova and Ukraine and stuff like that. Countries that, you know, may not be able to get into the European Union, but, you know, we still want them under the control of the European Union. So this is Macron's bright idea, and it's already meeting resistance, to be quite honest, from very unlikely sources. At first, Liz Truss was fully on board, but now it looks like she's not so, after further consultation, she's not so hot on the idea anymore. At first she was like, yeah, Emmanuel, let's do it. I'm all in to be part of this EPC idea of yours. But now it looks like she's saying, I've got other stuff to worry about, like my job. And even Ukraine was not so hot on this idea. Why don't they like this idea of being part of the EPC, this 17 member state EU light organization? Well, because Ukraine is saying this is an insult. They're saying that we should be part of the big boy table. Why are you putting us in the kiddie table? We want to sit in the on the adult table. You know, that's what they're saying. And that's their complaint. And I'm sure you're going to get a lot of countries that are going to be saying, a lot of leaders who are going to say, wait a minute, I don't want to be part of this this little rinky-dink organization where you're telling us what to do. I want to sit where the adults are, and I want to decide with the adults. I don't want to be part of this EPC thing. So that's what Ukraine is telling Macron. They're telling him to stuff it. Let me see here if I've got a quote here. Okay, Ukraine responded to Macron's EU plan, his EPC plan. They said, strategic ambiguity on Ukraine's European perspective practiced by some EU capitals in the past years has failed and must end. It only emboldened Putin, Ukraine Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba declared in May when Macron first proposed this idea. Okay, so Kuleba said this in May. I doubt Ukraine's position has changed. But yeah, Ukraine, Georgia, Moldova, I don't think they're going to like this little EPC plan from Macron. But Macron, well, you know, his dream, Macron's ultimate dream is the globalist dream. And he would like nothing more than to see a United States of Europe form. That's been his ultimate vision, a United States of Europe, and to have the 27 member states as states within a larger central government controlled by Brussels, and then perhaps to have these 17 client states kind of muddling around, taking orders from Emperor Macron himself. Anyway, Macron is going to make our clown world as well, because I'm going to put a photo of Macron up on the screen right now. And it looks like Macron is, he's got a new style, right? He's changed his appearance. And I don't know, is this some sort of sign that things are going to get cold in Europe or cold in France? The whole turtleneck blazer thing. Look at Macron there. He's ditching the suits and he's going with like a Steve Jobs type of look, right? I think it's Macron's PR team saying, you know what? Let's ditch the suits and let's go for something that shows warmth, that signals to the population, that signals to the people, you better bundle up this winter. Let's go with the turtleneck. Emmanuel, let's put on that turtleneck and let's signal to the French population, to all of Europe, that this winter you're gonna have to wear layers, turtlenecks and layers, because there's not gonna be much heat to go around. Anyway, that is the video, guys. That is the clown world, the Duran.locals.com. Check out Alexander's channel. Check out the Duran's channel. Let's see. ODYSEE, BitChute, Rumble, Telegram, Rockfin. We are on Rockfin as well. I will put the link down below. And Duran Shop, 10% off. Use the code. Good day. Take care.